Elian lived in a village hidden in a forgotten valley, where the sun rarely lingered and twilight ruled. The houses slumped in silence, cobblestones slick with age, and shadows stretched long and strange. Elian, pale and quiet, carried a secret. He could speak to shadows. They whispered to him from under bridges and old trees, telling stories only he could hear. The shadows danced for him, shaped beasts and birds on his walls, his only friends. The other children kept away, warned by parents who whispered, "He watches the dark like it's a friend." So Elian listened to the well shadow, the oldest and wisest, murmuring of things past and things to come. But shadows could be fierce. If someone was cruel, they twisted sharp, tripping the baker or blinding a farmer. Elian never asked for this. The shadows simply protected him in their own way. Their loyalty frightened him most of all. He wondered if he truly controlled them, or if they controlled him. In the deepening gloom, Elian felt both comforted and trapped. The village and Elian belonged to the twilight and its secrets. Loneliness clung to Elian like a second skin. He watched other children play, longing to join, but his secret kept him apart. The shadows filled the emptiness, especially the one under his bed, a shy companion of dust and dreams. At night, Elian whispered his hopes and hurts to it, and it answered with silent shapes, a deer, an eagle, a ship at sea. The shadows mirrored his moods, pooling when he was sad, sharpening when he was angry. They were his family, but their possessiveness unsettled him. When a stray cat followed him home, the shadows turned cold, driving it away. They wanted Elian for themselves, refusing to share. He realized their love was a cage as much as a comfort. The darkness around him was growing deeper, and so was his isolation. Elian wondered if he could ever belong to both worlds, or if he was destined to belong to none. One day, a woman in white arrived, a rare event that drew every eye. She glided through the village, light clinging to her shadows shrinking away. The shadows hissed warnings to Elian, but she approached him at the well. "Hello, Elian," she said, her voice gentle and sad. She told him, "They are not yours. You are the door they used to enter this world." Her words struck him. The shadows were not friends, but invaders. "A darkness is coming," she warned. "You must close the door. Be silent or they will take everything." The well shadow writhed in protest, but Elian felt the truth in her words. The woman left as quietly as she came, a pale figure fading into the gray. The shadows crept back, their whispers urgent and afraid. Elian was left with a choice, and a fear he could not name. The village seemed to hold its breath. The twilight deepened. After the woman's warning, the village changed. Evenings came, sooner mornings grew dim, and shadows grew bold, stretching where no light should allow. Elian felt the shadows' hunger inside him, their whispers now a constant, desperate roar. He tried to be silent, to shut them out, but the darkness under his bed swelled, pulsing with need. The villagers grew fearful watching Elian as shadows clung to him, draining the light. He was the door, and the lock was turning. One night, his room filled with shadows untethered, swirling, whispering, "Ours. The door is open. He is coming." Elian squeezed his eyes shut, heart pounding. He realized he had never been in control. He was only the key, and the darkness had finally claimed him. The village was swallowed by the lengthening dark. The world outside would never know what happened. Only the shadows remained, whispering in the void. Elian's fate was sealed. The end came quietly. A traveler crested the ridge, expecting the village, found only a hollow, blackened basin. No houses, no people, just grass dark as midnight and a single stone well. Elian, the villagers, the streets, all gone, as if erased. The woman's warning echoed, "They will take everything." Perhaps Elian was consumed, or perhaps he became one of them, a shadow among shadows. His loneliness was over. He belonged to the darkness at last. Yet something lingers. If you find the valley, you'll see the old well. Stand there at dusk, and you might hear a whisper from its shadow. Listen closely. It might be speaking your name.